I saw this bit of information last night, this news, on the internet, and I was like, really? This is what Sega's doing. Sega and Retro Bit, make these retro consoles such as the Super Retro Trio, which I have here. Good little console. They made all types of versions. I think they're bringing out a version of this in HD. Reason why I don't really play that as much, I just don't have the room for a CRT TV because the lag with the newer TVs kind of make it a pain, but it's a great device. But Retrobit and Sega are going to come together to release new equipment, new peripherals. What are we talking about here? Let's go straight to this. Retrobit announced a Sega licensing agreement to produce accessories for Sega gaming platforms. First products will be officially unveiled at CES 2018. The first products and concepts under the agreement include several accessories that feature the same great quality as the original Sega counterparts, like the original console port, also with modern upgrades such as USB ports, PC compatibility, and Bluetooth wireless technologies. Now they're showing here Genesis, Dreamcast, and Saturn. I did jump forward to acknowledging the continued growth here. Sorry, skipping this. Retro gaming market. Retrobit, a premium publisher and manufacturer of classic gaming products, today announced a license agreement with Sega of America to produce accessories for Sega platforms, not limiting to the Genesis, the Saturn, and Dreamcast. With retro gaming on upswing, we're pleased to offer officially Sega licensed accessories in their original format, as well as apply the innovative classic gaming enhancements that have become the hallmark of Retrobit. We're excited to unveil the first of these new products at the concept at CES and do so alongside an exciting 2018 product catalog. So CES, let's see what that is. Let's look at here real quick. And January, this next month, that's what I thought they said. January, we're going to see these first products. So you see this, they talk about several accessories. This is the first part. Going forward and looking around, you see people like Eurogamer, Retrobit's Sega deal has us fascinated about a Dreamcast Mini. And this I'm going to read this is Robert Purchase, I think I said that right. Retrobit, a big name in retro clone hardware, has signed a deal with Sega to make accessories for the Megadirve, Saturn, and Dreamcast. Wait, what? Those consoles have been dead and buried for years. Either there's a sudden demand for the original controllers, or, and then he goes on to talk about clone systems. Now, let's talk about this real quick. Retrobit, of course, this right here, that's a Genesis Mega Drive port. Plain and simple. It plays the game. So, is this just accessories? And you think about this, I can see where Eurogamer's going with this. Why are they going to make accessories, especially for a Saturn and Dreamcast, when nobody's made a console like that, unless they may turn around and release something like this. Now, many people have commented, especially on that Eurogamer's website, that article, and they got a good point. Said emulating these things is not as easy as it sounds. I mean, the Saturn emulator barely kind of works on a good PC. It doesn't work on a RetroPie. Dreamcast works somewhat and pretty good, depending on what games on a RetroPie. Wonder if these systems are just revamped versions of it, and when Sega licenses stuff, they give them the chips and they say, here you go. Even if they make an emulator, maybe they can make one that's perfect. Or they're just going to put in some chips and stand-in hardware that does the exact same thing and put in optical drives. This hasn't been confirmed. This is just theories like Eurogamer's been showing and talking about here. But something. And if you go back and let me read part of this again, the first products and concept under the agreement include several accessories that feature the same quality. The first products and concepts under the agreement. First. That means, which I'm going to give the links below, this is a long-term agreement. What does this mean? This means Sega is pushing toward retro. Now we've got things like the Sega Saturn project and these other projects people trying to make a Linux box that could do everything and hand it to Sega. And I've said this a few times, and people get irritated, and I understand people are putting some effort into this. This is showing us Sega is looking toward the past, looking toward retro gaming. And it makes sense. They don't need to compete with the Switch. It is a modern console. It's a different style of modern console, but things sell like hotcakes. It's not going to compete with Xbox or PlayStation because it can't. It can't. Neither can this Atari box thing that if it ever comes out of the light, out of the shadows and actually is something real, then yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking is Sega doesn't care about a new console. So these Sega Spartan and all these groups, I think this may be a wake up call to you that yeah, they're going for retro. And then look at this. They're partnering with Retro Bit and letting Retro Bit do the work. Sega's not going to make this. They're going to say, okay, here's the package. Here you go. Here's all the designs. Here's all this. And they're probably going to hand over. They're going to do something with consoles. I started thinking that Eurogamer may have kind of jumped the gun there, but why make brand new Sega Saturn stuff? I mean, yes, you could use it on the computer, but I don't think they're going to drop out emulators. Do you? They probably going to drop out something like this. Maybe it has a CD drive, a front-loading simple drive on it. Maybe it'll have a slot, and you could download the games. Maybe Sega, like the new Sega model, it's like, here, we'll let you download an image of the game, and you need a SD card. Who knows? But this clearly shows that Sega is going toward the retro scene. They're not going toward a new console. So I'm thinking this is almost a nail in the coffin to these other projects, and I'm not trying to make fun of them or call them out or anything, but Sega, I don't think does care about a modern console. I think they're going to put out new stuff with Retro Bit and do things like this. Now, is this, all we know is, I'm looking here while I'm talking, it says accessories. There's nothing confirmed past accessories. But who knows what they're going to do with it? Maybe they've got something in mind and they know how to emulate it. If Sega helps them and gives them the schematics, it could be an emulation machine, but it could work perfectly. It could be some hardware that they could slap together in a box like this, and it works. I don't know. But this shows us that Sega's going into the past. So I don't think these other Sega Spartans are going to... I think they need to wake up and see where Sega's going. They're not going forward. I'm rambling. I'm excited. Of all those, I'm excited for the Dreamcast. I own the last type of a console, or last console that Sega ever made. It's one of my favorites. And I would love to see if they brought something out. I don't care if it was disc based. They may even start selling some things on disc. You don't think they couldn't with a simple paper sleeve, or people could put them in whatever it contained? They would just pop them out on single layer DVDs or something. I know the GD-ROMs are slightly different, but it doesn't matter. A DVD's cheap as everything to make. Single layer. What if they made a bunch of Saturn games like that? And then you had a plug in the back with the Wi-Fi or something like that, and you sign into that. You download the games to put your 64, 128 gig, 256 gig chip in there. That would be fantastic. So tell me what you think. What do you think? Do you think this is leading toward new releases of old Sega consoles? I'm thinking it could. Because just saying accessories and reading this, that's the first wave. Those accessories have got to go with something. So we got to see. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Everything should have popped up on the screen. Subscribe and share. And please click subscribe and share if you enjoy this video, because I'm getting newer subscribers every other day. I appreciate everybody that's subscribing and watching. And click that notification bell so you can get my latest videos. Alright everybody, Pick Gamer out.